Perhaps we are. All of that time we were mute on that one. So that was not good. All right. So thanks for letting us know, guys. We're no longer muted. We're good and well in the studio. Okay, we're back. All right, so we have to spin that, right? So we have to spin it. We have to be great ambassadors of spin. That's necessary for these stories. We want to be encouraging today. It's Friday, and we want to be positive people.
Yes.
We're not going to be negative people today.
Yes.
We're going to be all about, love and happiness. Someone saying a Negro spiritual is going to be the jail. Okay? So, what else? All right? So we're going to...
They muted me, so I'm not sure if they can hear me on the...
Hold on, Okay, wait. Right? I think we're good now, right? We're good now. Okay, so we got everything. Good. We got everything in order now. I think we have all of the audio sorted out. All right. So with that in mind now, since we all have to be, good stewards of this conversation today, we are going to look at it from the aspect of how good can we be? We're going to look forward today. All right. So let's start with the first one.
Yes. Today's
topic, Dr. Dwayne Sand says two things. One, no vaccine.
No vaccine.
I like that.
I like it too. But see, I don't believe he explained himself properly to what it means, no vaccine. Or I'm not taking any rushed vaccine. What does that mean? And so I'm a little kind of dubious and uneasy and feeling kind of wary about it. But I'm sure that you were able to explain to me, what does it mean as a rushed vaccine?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know what it means either.
No?
Because for it to be a rushed vaccine, what has happened or what has been said is that, listen, RNA viruses, their vaccines require time.
Okay, how much time?
A lot more time than we're giving.
So 6 months is too soon?
Yes.
Okay.
Just way too soon.
So when is it not too soon? And see, that's what I'm trying to get at. As a doctor, physician, and out of Dr. Sand's caliber, I would assume that he would give me a time frame to when it comes up again. I said, no. I know the time frame, and it hasn't reached there yet. And I'm thinking, I've been reading up and down. They're saying the time frame is 3 years.
Okay.
So I'm saying that I'm not taking any vaccine until 2023 or late 2022.
Okay.
Right? So 2021, we ain't taking nothing. And I need someone to enunciate it. Say it plain. Not no wishy-washy type explanation. Tell me and tell the Bahamian public, we ain't taking no vaccine for the entire 2021. Anyone who bring it.
But that's not something, mind you.
No.
Have you heard anything of the sort from our medical professionals?
I hear 8,000 vaccines coming.
That's based on what I hear from the.
That's 80,000. I just hear someone 8.
All I remember hearing is from the chief medical officer that vaccines make sense and we should take it.
No. I'm talking about the minister of health. And saying they're going to
this one. Yeah.
They're going to give the vaccine to the health professionals first.
Okay.
And they give a number amount. I think it was. I could go and check my page. They give a number amount. They give a number amount.
Well, that's good.
And now we don't know. There's no vaccine.
There's no vaccine.
But they give a number amount that we can buy.
Okay.
So they know the price already.
Okay.
How much the vaccine can be.
Right.
And it looks as if they know something that I do not know. When I know that the vaccine is not going to be good until 2023.
Right.
So I'm saying that from now until 2023.
I don't think we should take a vaccine. I'm sorry. Here's the thing. I don't know. Thank you, Arlie. I don't know whether or not I believe we can't trust it. Right. One of the things when I had Dr. Susan Williams Lockhart on the show, one of the things that she said, and she repeated over and over again, is that this vaccine is being rushed through. Normally, it would have to go through animal trials before it gets to human trials, and it has skipped a step.
It skipped a step.
It
was rushed.
And listen, this seems very political in the United States, rushing this vaccine. They want to get it before. Even Fauci, those are saying they don't believe that you'll get a vaccine before November. But the president of the United States is saying October, and November still is quick to me.
December is quick, eh?
Now, anytime this year is quick.
What about next year, April? Isn't that quick?
And all of that seems pretty quick.
So now I'm saying 2021, it's a wash. We turn that away. We're not taking any vaccine in 2021.
But have we heard that statement from our leaders?
No.
No, our medical
And
professionals
I'm
haven't
concerned
given us
about
that
that.
Yeah.
I need someone to define what is rushed. And if rushed is 2021, tell the Bahamian public point blank, we're not buying any vaccine in 2021.
I'm with you
If anything comes out in 2021, we know that we ain't getting that.
I agree.
That's a national policy. We ain't experimenting with nobody. It will not be available. We're not signing off on it. And we may entertain a vaccine in 2022, January.
Right.
But we know that 2021 is written off in terms of giving anyone any vaccine. And if that is the case, we need a plan B in terms of how we will be living in a COVID world.
Okay.
Because there's no vaccine.
Right.
And the vaccine ain't coming no time soon. And definitely the vaccine ain't coming next year. And that's what I'm talking about.
And that is where we would need so
go ahead.
Because you're right? At this point, and I've said it, so you're right.
Exactly.
You should see your face. You're so silly.
I got excited. I'm right.
And look, Dr. Dwayne Sands said he's not taking it.
And he rushed one.
No rush vaccine.
But he didn't explain what rush is.
Right. Which we need to know what rush means for the layman, like the rest of us, right? You're perfectly correct on that. I support you 2,000% on that point. This is surprising. And I know that's how you know it's Friday.
Yeah.
And maybe Shivago's show before left an anointing in the studio.
That's what it is.
Hallelujah.
I feel it.
I don't know what you'd be feeling, but you know what I'm saying.
No.
However, we get to this point, and I believe that we're going to somehow be forced to take the vaccine.
Who could force me to do this?
But they won't say it's a forced taking of the vaccine, right?
Force me to do what?
But you know what it is? It's if you want your children to get into the private school that you are in, the private school is going to mandate that vaccine be a part of your child's repertoire. And if you want to travel to the United States, that's going to be required, I'm sure. Look, there's ways to force you to get these vaccines. Yeah,
I need to go to Miami because we missed the summer.
And
trip.
I guarantee you, when it comes to the point where you can't travel, all us Negroes getting the shot.
I may have to take that twice. Just to make sure I can get through. See my card? I got the vaccine twice.
Listen, if for us to go through that process, if there is a chance that we will not be able to travel, my dear friend C.A. Nuri, Bahamians are going to take the vaccine.
Even if my nose grow longer and my ears just drop off, take it?
That's why I'm going to try and go away before the vaccine to get my fix. Okay. And then watch all of the rest of y'all take this vaccine because y'all won't go away so bad. Consider this, inter-island travel.
Yes.
Inter-island travel today is a challenge.
Yes.
Will we demand that Bahamians have a vaccine to travel inter-island?
Boy.
No, I hope not.
It's interesting.
I think there are ways to get us to take this vaccine, even if we don't want to. And education is a great tool. Many of our children will be inoculated.
Once they don't attach this vaccine to visas, because there's so much rigmarole I got to go through now. But the idea to say that I need to have a vaccine.
I think you're going to see that.
You think?
I think you'll see that. Especially if you want to travel to these places. I think you'll see it. I think for sure that'll be.
Even if I want to take a cruise, I need to take a cruise.
For God's sake. Yeah. Cecil, the things we do just to take a cruise.
Yeah.
All right. I think that we will find ourselves dealing with a vaccine issue. And not wanting it, even though the good minister or former minister says that he's not taking it. I believe that there are policies that will be in place that'll force our hand in a lot of ways.
So do you think that the former minister is duty bound to explain what he means by rushed vaccine? When should we entertain taking vaccines? And there should be a debate amongst the health professionals about vaccines and in terms of what is the government policy moving forward. Would they encourage everybody? Would it be make it mandatory? Would it be mandatory for school? Would it be mandatory for public service? You know, when will that discussion start? Because the vaccines are like the concern and the fear of vaccine is now and is live. And mind you, with having the debate with what's happening in the United States, I felt a level of comfort. So, okay.
Did you really?
No. We've been positive. I felt a level of comfort. They get a vaccine. That's good. So I'm thinking like by March I should be ready. After everyone they take it first, and see who all start speaking Russian and whatever it is, I said I'm going to take Manx then. But then to hear such a proficient doctor that come on and say he ain't taking no rush ones. Yes. And I know this one rush, right? And I know that anything between now and 2021, 2022 is rushed. So that makes me concerned. They look like there can never be no vaccine, no cure, no time soon. How does that impact tourism?
This is why the conversation on this, many persons and professionals have told me, Nahaja, in all your life, have you ever heard about a cure for the cold?
No.
For the flu?
No.
We even got a flu shot, and it still doesn't stop you from catching the flu.
No, still catch it all the time.
So I don't even understand what the flu shot, if it's still not viable, it still can not stop. But maybe there is some, there might be some help to it. But in all of these years, these decades, these centuries, we have not conquered the cold or the flu, right? How close is this strain to a cold or flu? And do we believe that a vaccine that we haven't been able to find for the flu, for influenza, can come and erase the coronavirus, COVID-19? If they're saying that it can truly, and by the way, I don't think anything has been, nothing has cured any of these viral agents, right? Yeah. The moment people stopped taking the measles vaccine, you started to see people, getting measles, children, and it's happening more so now because we're not getting vaccinated, and the anti-vaccine, anthem or thing is going on. People are not wanting to be vaccinated. It's a movement of some sort. Look, I don't have a problem with vaccines. I have a challenge with things that ain't tested. You know what I'm saying? I ain't nobody guinea pig, and poor nations ain't my thing. I ain't trying to be the one, because we Negro and we poor.
Yes.
Big jets is land here and we get excited.
I understand it. Then our country has a history of people experimenting with it.
Always. Yes. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, before independence there.
Man, listen, there's experiment on everything here. Whales will still show up.
Yeah.
Okay, just
but what would is there a vaccine for H1N1, them bird flu type things?
Is there one?
And the reason why I ask is because all of them are coronaviruses, right?
Right.
And if the other ones don't have any vaccine towards it, and we do dealing with a novel coronavirus. They spin off from the original, and they keep on spinning off, like different strains. If there is no vaccine for the rest, why would we think there's a vaccine for this one? I'm kind of confused.
And look, there's a lot of money to be made in pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
Money is being made in the pharmaceutical industry. I mean, there was recently one gentleman, one company owner, drug owner, who was sued millions of dollars because he just for no reason increased the cost of this particular drug. That was a life-saving drug by over 400%.
The HIV.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was just ridiculous.
He was a monster.
And probably still is a monster.
I think they locked him up eventually for some kind
Did they lock him up?
fraud.
No, I think they just was angry. Yeah. They were just angry.
The boldness of him.
You need to go to jail just because.
You need to get cut behind.
But don't watch nothing, no. There's a lot of money in it. And the question is, when we watch, I'm always curious. This is a real thing. I call me a conspiracy theorist or whatnot. But what concerns me is when I try to figure why is the Gates fellow so in love with vaccines? That's all I want to know. Now, is there big money in vaccinations? I don't know. I gather there is big money in vaccinations because if you have the vaccine and you're the first, but that foundation is legitimately all over the place. I'm just saying. I
like Bill Gates though.
Well, he ain't give me no free computer yet.
No, we never asked him.
I tried. I emailed the Gates Foundation for a solid 50 free.
I know where you live. I would say wait till
you wait on.
You know where I live? Remember what island?
Oh, what I can't get there. I don't know anybody with a boat.
All you got to do is wait until he comes.
Okay,
you see the plane land.
So does he land directly on his island though? I would think so. No, the man can afford an airport.
Well, I assume he lands here and then he
boats over. What key? What off of what island? Well, how you gonna tell me where to go?
Well, I just assuming.
You know what? You ain't helpful at all.
Bahamas isn't that big.
You ain't helpful. That's all I got.
Someplace in Lutra, someplace.
You just ain't helpful.
No,
I got this one. All right. Good afternoon. It sounds fishy that the U.S. are planning to give the vaccine for free to middle and low income families. Are they? Really?
That sounds familiar.
That does sound familiar. It does sound familiar, isn't it?
Yeah. We have a history. We have a history with them giving us free things.
And you know,
how it happened.
I know some folks in this country already believe we breed too much.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know, boo.
Yep, a couple people
I don't. Some of us.
We get cured. We can solve this problem.
Y'all just breathe too much, get this vaccine.
Too much social services check. Right?
All of it. Can we say some things have me question, you know, like how come so many of us as Bahamian women have challenges conceiving? Ain't right. But we breathe too much though.
Yeah.
Here's some vaccine. Yeah. See, this is how my conspiracy theories go off the edge. Someone says, say no COVID vaccination, then no policy. Job applicants, no vaccine, no job. See,
that's discriminatory. You can't force, and surely the judges and the magistrates here won't allow such.
And this is why it will have to be a thing where, okay, but my entity is private. We've had this issue with here in schools, right?
Yeah.
I think recently, braids, locks, whatever,
natural hair.
We in our government schools. Remember the whole thing with the say yes to the puff movement or something?
Yes, I remember that. That's C.R. Walker.
C.R. Walker. Mm-hmm. We have issues where in our own public system, if you don't comply, you're denied entry.
Yes.
We've had it with the private school system. Mm-hmm. If you don't comply, you're denied entry. Mm-hmm. So why is it hard to believe? If we can do it to our children in both public or private institutions, why is it so hard to believe that we can't infringe on other people's rights in private sector? Right? So if it's my business and you want to be employed at my business, I am going to say for the good of my staff and for my customers, you must be vaccinated. This is the slippery slope.
Do you think a hotel can tell its staff that they need to get vaccinated?
Yes. Which is they're telling you now you need to get a COVID test.
Well, that's recommended by the ministry.
Well, recommended. I guarantee you, recommended by the ministry and also by the hotel. If you want to come and work here, we can't afford for you to give the liability of giving a guest, once you've told them it's a COVID-free zone.
Environment, yes.
COVID from a staff
100%,
member. Exactly.
Yes.
Which is there should be no absolutes on COVID-free. It is a virus. It's like me saying, I come to work with a cold. I gave you the cold. Now, I know I shouldn't have come to work with the cold.
I understand.
Right? But I came because I can't get a doctor's note for a cold for 2 days off. I have to be off for 2 days. So I'm going to come to work. But I gave someone the cold. Now the whole place shuts down. This is different, obviously. This is COVID-19. And so the effects are different for each person with the different comorbidities. I believe that these things will be forced on us because as it stands now, it's happening in both private and public schools. It's happening in private businesses, public space. I mean, the way we shut down everything now, Cecil, the way we totally shut it down, I think agriculture, I was told on... what's the name of that street on Gladstone Road? They found out they had 4 cases. They have to shut the place down.
The whole place down.
Yeah, and now we have to clean it, and staff go back on Monday.
Just as happened in the host assembly, they don't shut down.
No.
That stays open.
No, that stays open.
Like the food stores.
Yeah, you can spray that with Lysol and just be done.
The food stores, they just spray with Lysol and they be okay.
And you spray that same contaminated stuff and you'll be fine.
And they have good AC.
Oh,
recycle air.
Real AC, right? Yeah. Someone says, if that happens, no job, crime will skyrocket. Good law-abiding citizens will turn to crime. That's all.
No, man, because I would never turn to crime.
Yeah. No?
I'm not a crime type person.
So you won't take the vaccine? Yes, we are accepting calls today. You can feel free to give us a call, 323-6232, 325-4316, or 325-4259. Don't forget, you can feel free to give us a call. Text us 422-4796. Someone else says, Nahaja, here is why everyone will be taking this vaccine. You will not be able to travel without a vaccine shot. Life and health insurance companies will, hotels and resorts will say no COVID vaccination. There's no room for you at our resort. Says Mrs. Black, are you accepting calls? You've already heard the answers. 52 said that COVID-19 and the other coronavirus shared 80% of the same genome. Okay, so that one, I didn't hear it, so I'm not sure. Says to me, Melanie says to me, it's a scam to introduce that vaccine when a family member's sick. They don't want you to visit at the hospital. I don't know what trick they're pulling. I think it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how we work this with all of these parameters. That's what's going to be interesting.
Well, I say this is new normal, so we need to find out what we are prepared to do.
Yeah, it is
And
new normal.
like I said, the entire Bahamas right now is waiting on this ERC, and
What?
whatever the first announcement, the first list of things they plan to do will make and break um, the Bahamas in terms of support. You know.
Yeah. Well, look. You say we waiting on the ERC to be, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I'm waiting on the ERC to be great.
Yeah, they got to have no other choice, They can't falter at all. It'll make him or break the government, and
I'm waiting on it to be great.
Give behemoth hope or dash their spirits.
Yeah,
and that's a big thing. That's a big issue, and that the entire government need to be concerned about. It's a lot of weight to have on someone's shoulders.
And boy, I feel it for this crew. You're right on that. We got a call on the line. Caller, you're on the hit back. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Bahamas.
Good afternoon.
Yes. Well, I'd like to say something to the whole Bahamas and especially to our leaders and the officials, them if they listening, because things seem to be going so fast with this COVID-19 environment, and everybody seems to be doing their own thing, and then the competent authority of the last say. So I want to know people as descendants of African slaves. I just want to know if we have a voice, if we are somebody looking out for us, do we have rights? If we don't want to follow this European model type system and be a partaker of their COVID vaccines and experiments and all of that, where do black people stand? I mean, they can give reparations out for those who don't want to take the virus. The vaccine, so they could have money to have a life and to live and to survive. I mean, what are our leaders thinking about? We are a different set of people from everybody else in the world. We special.
Yep.
So I trying to figure out if they forget we special, or they just want to be followers because they get a better education and they're in position to make rules and laws, and they forget God. See, I can't talk no more. So that's it.
My brother, thank you so much. I appreciate the call. We got another call on the line. Caller, you're on the hit back. Welcome.
Yes, good afternoon, Nahaja.
How you doing, my friend?
And it's 52 here. I think you'll be doing a lot of reading secretly, right? And there's a lot of things you can't say on there. You know what I mean? See, I know it because you telling me to call. You say you don't want people to think you're conspiracy theorist, right? But guess what? Everything you said was totally correct. Now, let me try to chronicleize this in such a way to be quickly, because I'm sick of the level of ignorance. And I heard someone text and tell one, so they should ban me because they don't understand me. But if they don't understand me, that's on them. Then I'm speaking to who could, because what I'm saying is you're totally correct. Bill Gates' father was part of Planned Parenthood. He's 94 years old. So what that simply means is, at the time, there was no such thing as Planned Parenthood. It was known as the Birth Control League, all right? Run by Margaret Sanger. You could go online and Google and look at the list of people who were on it. I'm tired of this foolishness, all right?
Yeah, actually.
There's something called making a market for vaccinations. This is now why we spend the money on the vaccines, all right? Of course, you're going to be forced to take the vaccinations, all right? And if you don't know which grounds, that's why I asked, I think Warren or somebody last week or a couple of weeks ago, if they heard the dialogue between Alan Dershowitz and Robert Kennedy Jr., the anti-vaxxer, or the anti-unsafe vaxxer. And so there are a lot of numerous, there's an article online right now about the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation bribing the Nigerian cabinet to vaccinate the African people. You said something very integral. Why is he so in love with vaccinating the third world? Of course, money's in vaccinations. When you go online and you study it, he valued about 50 to 60 billion after investing 10 billion in Gavi and other global alliance vaccinations. But then he's valued about 120 million, more than a dozen countries in the third world sub-region put together. Why is he of this particular hard on for vaccinating the third world sub-regions? You go and read National Security Memorandum Secret Study 200. See, if you're not doing these things I'm asking you to do, then you're not going to be on my level. But people want to sit down and criticize me when I am a sheep in the pasture trying to pass a message off to my people.
Yeah.
I don't care how educated you are, it doesn't matter to me. What I love is my people. The guy who called, I share the same passion as him. My job is to disclose the truth. All right, so if you're going to be ignorant about it, then that's it. The PCR test, the guy who invented the PCR test, Mr. Kerry Mullis, it is known that this PCR test is not designed to detect for viral loads. It's designed to manufacture RNA and DNA, as it says. PCR, you chain reaction. If you understand the test is designed to multiply millions and billions of times. So within those millions or billions of times, you would get a genome sequence. Anyone can test positive if you keep multiplying. This is why Renard Wells, I'm not even calling him a liar because he said on TV, you die from COVID or with COVID. You know what they say. It's the same narrative all over the world. The Great Reset, the new normal, flatten the curve. If 5 people go to court and say the same thing, what the judge can say? They conspired, right?
Yeah.
So, Miss Black, why is it that no one will give me a voice when it's all it is just to share the knowledge with my people? Who am I supposed to be? What makes someone more educated? This see the caller call before me.
I have to go to break, but I get you. Trust me, I understand where your passion comes from because of course
about the truth.
Yeah, listen. That's why
you could go online.
I've read quite a bit of. I've read quite a bit of what you've said, and I can concur that the most of what you said is accurate in terms of the legacy information.
The first global revolution disclosed how they want to create. Let me give you an example.
Well, no, I gotta go. I have to go. 52. I appreciate you, my brother. We gotta take our break. You're listening to the Hit Back with Nahaja Black. When we come back, we'll have more on here with the Hit Back with Nahaja Black. Someone says 52 may be smart, but sometimes it may be a little off. Ah, Lord, why y'all messing with 52 like that, man? Don't mess with 52 like that. 52 gave you 52 good reasons. Support. Don't leave that good man alone. We're gonna be back. You're listening to the Hit Back with Nahaja Black. We'll be back right after this.
2020 isn't over yet. You still have a chance to turn this year around by signing up for a professional development course at the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute. Learn skills in accounts, plumbing, sewing, marketing, public speaking, basic electrical, and more. For more information, call 502-6339 or visit www.btvi.edu.bs. Come discover the possibilities. Discover BTVI.
Do you dream about never stopping at a gas station again? Would it free your life if you could cut the cost of owning a car by more than half? Well, now is your chance to free yourself from the pump and expensive car maintenance. Easy Car Sales is having a September sales event on all new 100% electric vehicles. From hatchbacks to luxury SUVs, it's everything electric. Visit easy242.com to schedule your personal test drive experience. It's a new day, Bahamas. Drive electric, only at Easy Car Sales.
This is Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
And we're back. You're listening to the Hit Back with Nahaja Black. Again, I hope everybody's doing well today. It's a beautiful Friday, y'all. Beautiful Friday here in the 242. We are living our best life. My good friend C.A. Nuri and I, we are live in studio today. We're testing out all of our equipment, seeing how it works. So far, so good. Technical challenges. We are streaming live, of course, on where are we, Arlie? Where are we, Cecil? YouTube and Facebook. You can follow us at Facebook at facebook.com/Nahaja Black Show. You can also follow us on YouTube, typing in, what is it? Nahaja Black. Right. Little slow moment. Okay, so then we discussing the vaccine side of it. Dr. Dwayne Sand says no.
But see, and there's a number of narratives
that you got out of that.
No, not for that, because okay. I mean it's a number of headlines from Dr. Sand.
That's why I won't get to the next one.
That's what I'm trying, and I can let you get to the next one, so I can talk to both succinctly at the same time.
No, because the next one is interesting, even more so. I don't know if it's even more so, but I thought it was very fascinating. So Doc has been. I like this Doc.
You like this Doc?
I like this Dwayne
This Doc is similar to Mr. Brent Simonet. This independent.
I got my own money.
Freedom.
As man.
Yeah.
But what's the difference between he and Freddie McAlpine? Or he and Reese Chipman?
Well, Freddie McAlpine is after them. Oh, no, they're all after them. Except
no, Mike actually Mac is actually still F&M.
Yeah, and Brent Simonette and Dwayne Sands.
Yeah.
Only person who's free
is Reese and Vaughn. But Minister Vaughn has not been as vocal as Reese has been as strong. But anyways, so I try to figure what's the difference in it. But I like this.
You liked it?
I like
it. Doesn't seem mischievous to you?
No, I think. Listen, one of the things you realize, right? Mm-hmm. And there are things you know and things you can't say.
So do you know some things?
Well, I can't say, but things you know that you can't say. Nonetheless, right? I think when you look at cabinet, you realize and you learn a lot. Obviously, with cabinet, we learned the rules of cabinet a long time ago. I remember when I started to learn the rules of cabinet was when Granville McCartney had to resign because of his disagreement with a vote.
Yes.
Right? And that was the sale of BTC.
Yes.
And a part of being in the cabinet is that you got to fall in line.
Yes.
One of the more sensible things, and this sounds terrible to say, but really, I'm going to stick with this. Mm-hmm. One of the more sensible things said by the Speaker of the House.
One of the more
sensible things. The Speaker. One of the more. I don't know. I gave him more.
Yeah.
Right. But one of the more sensible things that the Speaker of the House ever said was in his discussion about how we need to stop allowing the legislature to be sucked into the executive branch of the government.
Okay.
Right. Mm-hmm. Meaning that you can't get really good governance if you have 34 ministers and 20 of them or 21, 22, 23 of them are in the executive, right? Or it's probably more than that, right? And his thing was, at most, it should be 17. So when we say the executive, meaning that they are a part of cabinet or a part of the structure of governance that allows them or stops them from being able to, one, speak freely, so not a backbencher, and two, always comply. If you're a cabinet minister, you can't go against the vote.
No.
Because then if you go against the vote, that means that you're going against your whole government.
Collective
and therefore,
responsibility, I think
right.
That's what okay.
Which part of it isn't fair.
Yeah.
It isn't fair. So how do you, if it's 20 of us and 9 of us disagree, but because the majority agree, I have to go with it? And the majority,
that's the rules.
And again, it makes no sense, because what if the majority is just like a lot of the members of parliament right now and ministers and cabinet ministers who were broke before they went in and are now getting paid now?
What?
Okay, come now. A lot of them, these folks, unfortunate to say, but it's a reality. We're not doing well financially.
What?
When I mean well, wasn't high on the hog. The set who are high on the hog, they got voices.
Yeah.
Take note.
Yeah.
Okay? The set who got all their money, they ain't scared to say, well, when he called me, because he called me about the mall and I, with the post office. And I say, well, okay. When you're free, you could say that. Or when you're free, you could say, I don't think it makes any sense to lock down the government. I don't think it's going to happen. Right? Or when you're free, you say, enough is enough. There's no need. You see, when you're free, when you ain't free, you say nothing at all.
No.
Not a thing.
You toe the line.
You toe the line. All right. So free man speaking. All right. Okay. Let's go with that. Free man speaking. And the set who free. And Reese is a free man.
He's a free man.
Vaughn Miller, free man.
That's free man.
Freddie seem free as hell. They just can't get rid of him.
He does seem free.
He's a free bird.
He's seem free.
That brother flying. Okay. So the free folk.
He might fly back in the yard, but he's still free.
He's a free man.
Yeah.
All right. So with that said, I like Dr. Dwayne Sands.
Okay.
I like his chutzpah, just like I like Brent Simonette, who's now decided he's free. Now, some folks don't like Brent Simonette, but I like Brent Simonette.
I like Brent Simonette.
I like Brent Simonette. I've met him before.
I like him a couple times. Yeah, he's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
And generous.
Well, I've never met that Brent Simonette.
You never begged.
Well, you know what? No, I can't go there.
See?
I can't go there.
See?
That ain't my thing.
I beg politicians all the time.
But I would say that you's man, but with the politicians we got,
There you go.
They would ask for stuff back. They would ask for stuff back. I would say, no one say.
But I have a number of charities, and it's easy to ask politicians.
You see what I'm saying, Ali? I would have said he's man. As a woman, I can't because they would beg. But no. Yeah. They like your type too, boo.
I understand.
Your type on the shelf.
And plus, I'm good looking.
Well, I just say your type on the shelf.
No.
Yeah. Definitely.
But you're not going to go there.
I support you. Yeah. I support you.
That's why you wear glasses.
Yeah.
You just can't see it. You just can't see it, but I see it. I'm looking at myself now, and I'm good looking.
You're hot. You're hot.
I got some there.
Sexual chocolate.
That's what it is.
Anyways, we digress because then it would say that we doing replay in studio and banners. But anyhow, I like what is being done with the with Dwayne Sands. I like his approach in that somehow folks are saying that he wasn't strong enough.
I'm uneasy with it.
I like it. Why are you uneasy?
I'm uneasy with it because I believe in team, and there's no I in team. Okay? Unless it's right.
What kind of team? You sound like them people who are gonna sink with the ship. What kind of team?
And as a team, we gotta understand that the party must stay afloat. And I'm not used for this independent talk. You see,
you're not used to backbenchers being really backbenchers.
No. This is always a day that backbenchers could be backbenchers. Right. But now is a time where we are facing a war and you need to be together. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to say, how you can talk against the vaccine? And especially the day after the Minister of Health said we can give the person on the front line vaccine. It's like, I got him now. And I don't like them gotcha moments. No,
I really don't think that's it.
No,
but I like your point, and I think it's credible. I think your point is very credible.
There it is.
I don't know if it's a gotcha moment, but I definitely think that the former minister, when asked, gave an honest answer personally. Mm-hmm. He is not the only medical professional who's given an honest answer saying that they will not take the vaccine.
Did anyone ask the Minister of Health if he would take the vaccine?
That man will take that vaccine.
You think he would?
He's so taking that vaccine.
That man blessed. He believed in spiritual discernment where he could touch and heal.
That's good. A lot of them believe that too, and they're still taking the vaccine. What you talking about, Willis? I mean, listen. Once the vaccine is already gone through all the units, and we figured out who alive and who ain't. Mm-hmm. Once a real good test sample is done, like 100 million,
do the inner city first.
Well, that's how they tend to go.
Yeah, because I live on the outskirts now.
Because you moved on the outskirts.
Outskirts. I mean, there's a little inner city near me. We just work with them first.
What I will tell you is that I don't like how we target the poor.
Who should target the rich?
Yeah, you should definitely.
Who will pay? You got to have someone to pay the expense and pay the taxes.
It's a circle. Yeah, I really don't like you, but you're good. So something that Dwayne Sands said today.
Go ahead. I want to hear.
Which was really, I thought, the gentleman. Dr. Sands now has got Scud missiles. He's not playing around.
I understand.
He's doing Scud missile work lately, and it would come across, like you said, as some sort of.
See, I see a lot of
but I like it.
You like it?
I like it right now because
trapsy.
Right, I'm in the media, and these are the things we live for.
Quotable moments.
Yes. Very quotable. So
headliners.
This is what this is what was said today. Okay, so this is what we got. His comments came. So the Elizabeth MP insisted the time has come to return the power to the people, and this is talking about the extension of the executive powers, right? And so he's calling for it not to be done. I don't see any reason why we ought to continue a situation where the management of the affairs of this country are limited to a single individual.
See, that's profound.
Sands told the Nassau Guardian. His comments came a day after Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis announced the intention to extend the state of emergency. He continues saying, there is the belief that we have surrendered our responsibility and concentrated it into a single person.
You sound like Martin Luther King making a speech.
I don't think the country is a whole lot. This is where the juicy part.
Go ahead, say it.
I don't think the country is a whole lot better off because of it.
Oh, Lord.
As a matter of fact, with 3,000 cases, almost 90 deaths, some might say that we are certainly not better.
Ooh, that's deep. That's
shots fired.
That is a
shots
attack
fired
on the competent authority.
Shots fired.
Not the Ministry of Health. That's a competent authority.
No, that's a competent authority.
Poke.
That ain't no poke. That's you. That ain't. Did the bullet graze him or did it hit him right in the shoulder?
Graze.
Is it great? That was shots fired.
You think?
Shots fired.
I don't know.
So he continues, it is time now for the legislature to assume its rightful place as one of the pillars of democracy. Wait a minute. Let us move from a situation where all of the decision making has been vested in the hands of the competent authority, PM, one person, for now moving into 7 months and return to the appropriate representation that the people voted for, the man, Dr. Dwayne Sands, laid down the
that
gauntlet.
entire speech, and I got to call it a speech.
That's a speech,
right? It's peppered with ideology and precepts. You know, you go.
I think he should run for office.
You know, like after saying something like that, you just
I like it. I like
sit back and say, "What?" You know, it is profound. It is profound.
I would say they should start looking at Dr. Dwayne Sands.
You think?
But you know,
there'll be no challenge of human menace.
None
at the convention. There won't be.
No, there won't be. Okay, fine.
There won't be.
Well, I think Madam Kumalafe better just make a call.
Call.
But you know what though? Doc. I still won't. I can't. You know, at least Doc was the one person who stood next to Loretta Butler Turner on the stage.
Yeah,
he's a man of honor.
But he's the only one who survived out of the 8 or 7. Were 9 of them?
I wonder if
he survived.
I wonder if Dr. Minnis regrets that survival.
No. They needed him at the time. It was a good bet. Yes.
Yeah, it was good. I like Dr. Dwayne Sands. I thought personally, I think it was a very good speech, and shots were fired.
It was good.
And I like the idea. What he's calling for is listen, which is a valid point, a perfect point. How can we say that under the hands or the guise of leadership of the competent authority, which is a singular person, we have done better? We haven't. We cannot say that.
That we succeeded and was successful.
No, we cannot say that.
No.
He is saying, Dr. Dwayne Sands, that we need to move it to its rightful place.
To the people.
To a democratic process.
And we are a democratic nation, and democracy means a lot to us.
It does.
And saying that what is happening now is undemocratic. That's what
he's saying. It's undemocratic. And that we should have the people who we voted for, the legislature, come in and say and give their votes.
Yes.
And Elizabeth should have a say on what happens.
What's happening.
And is Yamacraw constituent? Yamacraw should have a say.
Yes.
And Golden Isle should have a say. Centerville.
Foxhill,
aren't you? You only by yourself? Is it what constituency is Foxhill?
Foxhill.
Foxhill is it? I knew that. Totally knew that.
It's an old community.
I totally
we have good people there. We have like a vast, I believe we're the most diverse constituency in the Bahamas.
I believe you.
Yeah, from
actually, I believe
extremely rich to extremely challenged.
Yeah. What do you call Johnson Road? What type of demographic in terms of
Johnson Road is middle class.
I like Johnson Road. I've always liked
up to $300,000 properties to shacks, but it's a middle class community.
Coming to the end, closer to Eastern Road. We're having
Johnson Road.
We're having a private conversation.
You see them houses out there? I believe one or two of them is about $1 million easily.
Easily.
Nice.
Yeah. We have a call on the line. Oh, wait, sorry, looking at myself, freaking out. We're gonna take a quick break. Time for the news, Arlie. So we're gonna make sure we get sorted and started there. But I will say this before we go to break. Cecil. I think that Dr. Dwayne Sands is a fellow who is a liberated man.
You believe he has the gumption to challenge Minnis on the floor, though, at a convention? You think he would dare to do such a thing? If you challenge him, what happens? You wouldn't get cut up afterwards.
I think wisdom would tell anyone, when you make that move, make sure you've already made 3 or 4 other moves before that.
Okay, just in case.
No. You aren't moving on the now. You're moving on all of the other calculations that have told you that you are ahead. So you have to be 4 or 5 moves ahead. You have to know where your votes are coming from. You have to know that those votes are secure. How do you make sure that those votes are secure? You have to make sure that it doesn't happen. What happened to Loretta Butler Turner doesn't happen to you, right? And then you don't put yourself out there without having these things already figured. It's called campaigning. You got to know how you're going to get your votes. Who are the ones who are swing votes in the party? What big votes do you need to get that can swing other votes? How do I ensure that I get those voters who are the big voters? And so those are things you have to do.
So then I will ask, do you think that Dwayne Sands is prepared to be in opposition for 5 years in order to be the leader of an opposition party?
In opposition, meaning with the Progressive Liberal Party?
No, allowing Minnis to lose and then become the official opposition.
And that would be a strategy.
And be the leader.
And that would be a strategy.
Do like what happened in Jamaica, where when you the opposition lost the election, and so it's just a vast, and the leader decided to resign and let another one take over.
And what you have to do then is to make sure that you are prepared, right? Make sure that you are prepared to step into that space and be strong about it, because then you can end up with a Perry Christie losing and then there's someone else coming in that is just, are they the best candidate or are they just more tenured? right? And so you have to make sure
What
that
you trying to say about Mr. Davis?
I never mentioned his name.
But I call his name.
But you just out of order.
I just watching
How
you.
dare you?
I just watching you.
That man is COVID negative.
There you go.
I respect anybody who comes
And
back
have
negative.
immunity, immune to the virus now,
You got
according to the PM.
antibodies.
Antis and bodies.
I just saying, vaccine been given out lately, though, right? I know. I just checking. You're listening to the Hit Back with Nahaja Black. Everyone, we'll be back after this live on Guardian 96.9 FM. It's a Friday, y'all. Free people speaking, but he's free. He's free.
He's free.
He's a free man.
Yes. On that ship to call the Creole. Give me free.
Happy to hear it. We will be back right after this.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
You're listening to the Guardian News Network. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Taylor Ferguson. Here's what's making news. Thank you so much for tuning in. Deputy Chief Medical Officer Dr. Delon Brennan says if progress continues to be made in the fight against COVID-19, it may not be necessary for the current state of emergency to be extended beyond October 31st. However, he warned that Bahamians should prepare to deal with the virus through the winter and maybe into spring. The proposed extension of the state of emergency won't affect the economy. That's from Finance Minister Peter Turnquest.
Indicated that we are trending more or less in the right direction. And so with continued diligence and discipline amongst all of us, we can hopefully achieve our objective of bringing those cases down to an acceptable level that we can have a full opening of the economy.
The number of COVID-positive Defense Force officers has decreased, according to Commodore Raymond King. At the start of the second wave, hundreds of law enforcement officers either tested positive for COVID or were contacts of cases. However, King said with 69 active cases among officers, they've begun to flatten that curve. Defense Force Medical Officer Lieutenant Commander Dr. Dermot Johnson said 520 officers been tested to date. Some of those tested were new recruits. King said those recruits are doing well, despite 1/3 of them testing positive again. Before training resumes, King said both instructors and recruits will need to test negative. The plan is to keep them isolated.
Any new entry moving forward under this COVID-19 environment, those persons will be tested prior to being enlisted. They will have to undergo a 14-day no motion phase of it. So we want to be ensured, not only the negative testing, that there are no symptoms within a 14-day period. And then we'll continue with the social distancing, the wearing of masks, even on the parade ground during their training.
And that's what's making news. I'm Taylor Ferguson. AP News is coming up next.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
Coronavirus update. I'm Tim McGuire with an AP News Minute. Just days after slamming CDC Director Dr. Robert Redfield, who said it won't be until spring or summer until enough approved coronavirus vaccine doses will be ready for everyone in the country, President Trump now says
hundreds of millions of doses will be available every month, and we expect to have enough vaccines for every American by April.
The World Health Organization's Dr. Michael Ryan warns nations in the part of the world approaching fall and winter.
This pandemic has a long way to burn in our society. It is not burnt out. It is not burning out. It is not going away. And especially for those countries entering their winter season in terms of people coming together more indoors. There is a lot of work to do.
Ryan adds that doctors around the globe are getting better at treating the virus, meaning more people are surviving, but 50,000 are still dying each week. I'm Tim McGuire.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
And we're back. You're listening to the Hit Back with Nahaja Black. Don't forget, we are streaming live here every day on Guardian Radio. That's who streams on Guardian Radio. We're on air every day. Guardian 96.9 FM. Weekdays, Monday through Friday. Always aiming to give you the best in show quality, except on days when CA comes and it just gets interesting. Yeah, definitely. We try to work it up. We try to be better.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been at this a while, AC.
A while.
How long have we been doing this now?
Longer than this vaccine. This vaccine only been 6 months.
Longer than this vaccine is correct, my boy.
45 said by April, everyone in the United States could be vaccinated.
Ain't that some mess?
And then he could give some free sets to the Bahamas.
I'm sure that we probably already got the free set.
Yeah, man.
Man, listen, I have my concerns. Vaccines, no. I need more time.
We give it to the kids first. Can't give it to me first. The kids can be strong. They can bounce back.
They're the ones who aren't getting it like us,
Yes, so
but they're getting it.
Let them have the vaccine.
But they're not being affected like us, right?
So we'll go through the vaccine.
Yeah, no.
Plus, if they grow an extra arm, they get used to it.
And it would be the norm if all the kids in the world have it.
There you go.
So why would we turn up our noses at 3 generations?
There you go.
It's a powerful thing. Yeah. All right, everyone. I hope you guys are doing well. We're talking about when we ended the show, just the end of the break. We're talking about Dr. Dwayne Sands and his positioning, right?
Yes.
His recent statements.
Yes. And you hinted that perhaps he should join the DNA.
Well, perhaps.
Possibly.
Quite possibly.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that makes him stronger. But it definitely turns the tide of the DNA.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, the DNA need to make some moves. One of the moves is they need some strong women to join the party one time.
Women, people. I think
perhaps
strong people.
Get an endorsement by the Dean. Can you imagine if the Dean said, I support the DNA
I think that would
party?
be great, wouldn't it? Be great.
What if like a Loretta Butler said, I support the DNA and I'll go and join the party as a member?
That'd be huge.
That'd be
huge. That there are a lot of people who, if they could just get the endorsement of, I think it would help them a lot.
Yeah.
The Democratic National Alliance, Lord, they've tarried long, and I'm concerned that they are losing.
You know who tarried long and was out in the wilderness for years? The PLP,
of course.
For 56.
And so, therefore, I don't want them to give up.
Yeah.
I don't want the DNA to give up. right? Because I think how long was the PLP languishing? But the 3 terms,
So it's going to 56. They started
and then
they won in 67.
Yeah,
That's 10 years there.
Huh.
Yeah, that's not a long.
So 3 terms. This is it. The DNA gonna win seats this year.
Yeah, they should win at least
DNA needs to win at least 2 seats, man. I think they can. I think they can make 3. I think they can get 3.
They can get 1.
Who's the one?
I don't know yet. I just said just being positive for the positive day. Yeah,
it is positive day. It is positive.
They can get 1.
It is positive day.
1.
I think they can get 3, man.
You keep on suggesting that Abaco going independent. I don't see it.
You don't think Abaco can go? Roscoe Thompson III.
The DNA will send a candidate and they'll string that.
I think Roscoe Thompson will win.
I said that last time he ran, and I lost that bet, and I haven't forgiven him since then.
I think this is the season for
the season change.
The season has changed. I think that this is the season. We didn't think we could get worse than the last administration.
Yes, we did not think that.
No, these guys are
now
worse.
is a time for a doctor. You know, the country was sick.
I've never seen anything like this, man.
It is rough.
Record borrowing.
Yeah, but I like the borrowing.
And still record poverty, record haven't we dipped? Has unemployment gotten? Well, Jesus, we on record unemployment.
Yeah,
but the level of unemployment wasn't the F&M's fault.
No, it's not the F&M's fault.
We don't want to say that it seems as if it's their fault because the PLP will spend that and come rally time. It'll be a whole story.
Mm-hmm.
But we were not doing well anyway.
Yeah.
And then you had Dorian and you had this. It's just, I don't know. Yes. I don't know. We got a call on the line. Caller, you're on the hit back. Welcome.
Good evening. We should realize that we as a people are the government. We go around by listening to what these people bring to us. We as citizens should get together and tell them what we want, who will represent our voices in Parliament, not the other way around. Mm-hmm. We have to come together in constituencies, find out who will present our position in the Parliament. In this European system we're using, we might want to move away from that. How can we build ourselves up by using the same systems that kept us in the state that we've been in for so long? It's crazy. It's crazy. In respect to the vaccines, Fauci was there with AIDS. That was 30 years ago. We still ain't got a cure. I mean, even close to that, right? We got 150,000 people die each day from natural causes. How many people die a day from this scamdemic?
Scamdemic.
I like that.
And mind you, it might. Listen, I will say this. I'll tell you, you're so right on the fact that the death toll is nowhere near as egregious as we were thinking it would be, as we were told. And I think it's a lot to do with that it was a new virus and people were dying. And so you would go to the extreme before you can be calm. You don't want to pull a Trump. You want to do a reverse of that. You want to be extremely prepared and cautious rather than not be prepared and cautious.
Okay, that's fine. So with all this cleaning and sanitizing that we're doing, we're setting ourselves up for a superbug. If everything is clean, our immunity systems are not being properly utilized, and we weaken it. So when something real comes on, this is a, in my opinion, this is a test run. They're going to weaponize this thing at some point. It's not now, but they're trying to see how we react in respect to the government, to this competent authority. I won't put words to that. It's too. I won't put words to that.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate the call.
Have a good weekend.
Take care. You too. We got another call on the line. Call, you on the hit back. Welcome.
Hey, good afternoon, Ms. Block.
Good afternoon.
I think your cause is on. You and the cause is on to something with the DNA calling for these endorsements, but I think the leader need to go a bit further.
Mm-hmm.
Because I often argue with my daughter that the DNA choking because I have not yet heard the leader of the DNA call for the support of all women in the country.
Wow. You know what? This is something a friend and I were just having a discussion on the other day, that there hasn't been that clarion call for females, and not just for them, but to really rise us up and get us all excited that she could possibly be the first
Yes,
female
she
prime
have a
minister.
sales pitch that the other two leaders can't use.
Mm-hmm.
They always talking, but behind every good man is a good woman.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's time for you all women to get from behind these men. They joking.
That's right. I'm with you, bro.
You lead in banking. You lead in every home in the country, whether you're married or not. You lead in school. You lead. And now you could tell me, we could tell you, you can't lead the country. You have the largest voting bloc in the country.
That's right.
Call for your sisters to rise up. Call for the mothers. You know they did. You go to the shop. Use the mother. What you doing? You can tell me you can play the woman card.
Man, I'd play that woman. That card would have been.
That's a trump card, buddy.
Man, that card would have been so mashed up by now. How much times I played that card?
They get tired, right?
They get tired.
But I don't see why I hear it. And I'm like, what's going on with this with the leader? I don't know.
Maybe you don't want to use that as an angle. I don't know why I would use it. I would use that, and I would use, what was the campaign? There was a campaign strategy and slogan used by the prime minister, the female prime minister of the Turks and Caicos. She says, "Strong like a man," or something like that. It was a very interesting one where she kind of she played on the fact that she was female in a man's world and called on this. It was brilliant. I'll find it for you. But
that sounds good, man.
Yeah.
I need to find it for them. I listen. I can tell you that I don't no intentions to support the DNA. God spares my life. But boy, if she come out with calls for the sisters to support her,
made that clear.
you know what's coming behind the sister?
What's that? The brothers?
The brothers?
I think you're right. I think that
come on, we lead, man. We lead.
I love it. I love that you're
if
right.
the wife does say, "Look here, man, I gotta go this way," that's when I'm good, man. I'm telling you.
You onto something, my brother. I appreciate the call, man. I appreciate the call. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Y'all have a good one.
You too. Someone says, "Good day. You are very funny." You think they made me or you, Cecil?
I am funny and sexy.
Again, we always cross a line.
Oh.
I mean, why do we have to go there? This
You
was
can't
such a
call
good
me
day.
sexy?
I mean, where's your wife? Have her call in
And say I'm sexy?
and call you sexual chocolate.
Yeah.
Can she? Can Reb?
But it's clear that I'm good looking. You just blind.
It's very clear that it's Friday.
It's Friday.
It's Friday. Says, well, will Elizabeth win Elizabeth next time? Let's not pretend this was his third draw. Well, now he's in, eh?
He's in.
He's in, right? Oh, I forgot. I have other guests today. I forgot that we have guests.
You have a guest today?
Yeah, no, don't worry. We have to do a call in. I have a guest online for a book.
Really? Good book.
It's a pretty good book. I'm actually proud of her. She's done a great job.
What's the book about?
I don't want to
Caught you off guard.
Yeah. Don't throw me off. You're not a good person when you're ready.
Pray for me.
Nahaja, the F&M tarried for 25 years, eh? True. That was a good point. Hello, Nahaja. Love your show. If you haven't yet, can you host a show on suicides, please? Seems to be a lot more lately as many people are hurting, suffering in silence.
Grand Bahama is having some issues.
Yeah, and I have done it before, but I'll do it again. We've done shows on depression, anxiety, and so forth. But
Grand Bahama in particular, though. Perhaps some specialists need to go down there and see what's happening.
You're right.
One is too much. Two is what's happening. And it's two now.
Look, we knew that before this even happened, before we were here today, we knew that this mass unemployment, financial trauma would add to a lot of instability and a lot of hopelessness. So, we would have hoped as well that we would have been prepared for that and had safe spaces, online safe spaces, etc. Someone says the DNA should play the woman card like the skip turn and draw for a card, Nuno. That's a good one. So we continue to allow the competent authority, the prime minister, to do as he sees fit, all while we the people have to do is get together in mass and call for his resignation. We put him there We need to move him. Well, you know what it would be? It wouldn't be just calling for his resignation. What it would be it wouldn't just be us in mass. It would have to be us in mass destruction. Because I don't even think it's doing the walk downtown. Because you do that for what, a day or two? But it isn't until you run hot and you become a police challenge that things change, right? So all of our griping and complaining, but it wasn't until the young people started to throw rocks at the police bus and sit down in the streets during the curfew did we see a change up, eh? Right, and your phone is in front of your camera, sweet boy.
Oh, sorry.
Come on now.
Yeah,
Act like you ain't
I'm
brand
relaxing.
new.
Yeah,
I know it. But I think in mass is one thing. When you talk about a resignation, you're talking about turning the tide on government. It isn't easy. I don't think it's as simple as marching.
No.
You would have to persuade the members of parliament
You
to
would
say,
have to persuade the people of the Bahamas. And just because you want to change them doesn't mean I want to change them.
Yeah,
so
sure.
you can bring your 20 and I'll bring my 30 and then it's a stalemate.
Yeah.
You'll stay right here.
Nahaja, as soon as Kumalafe takes the woman angle, then Bahamian women and men are going to accuse her of just wanting to get elected because she's a woman.
Of course.
That's of course.
And plus, culturally, we are very
damned
anti.
if you do, damned if you don't.
We are very anti-women in this country.
We
As
believe
culturally, yeah.
It is sad, isn't it? Both men and women.
Yeah, both men and women.
Remember the study that came out where we were talking about domestic abuse?
Yes.
And the scary thing was the amount of women who, when they heard that a woman got beat, would ask the question, what did she do? Maybe they thought that she deserved it in some way. That is a sick part of us, eh?
Yes.
We're messed up.
We are messed up. We are hurt people.
We are messed
And
up.
hurt people
bunch.
hurt people.
We're messed up, man. We need some deep therapy.
Yeah.
Like deep. I mean, come to Jesus deep.
Yeah.
All right, wait. So, okay. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Arlie, when we come back, we're going to have two guests. One is a wonderful young author, a wonderful author of a book. This is what I'm going to be doing in the month of October. And I want to announce it whilst I remember. The month of October, we have a holiday, and it's a Bahamian Heroes, right? National Heroes thingy.
12.
Right. One of the things that I've thought of, because I think it's great that how many people write, right? I'm not an author. I can't write.
No.
Right. I just don't have that discipline to write a book. Right. That's why I talk.
Okay.
And someone should catalog all the words I say and one day help me write a book. Be a ghostwriter for me. I have people do that.
There you go.
Anyways, we digress. So this next month, what I want to do is every Monday and Friday feature a Bahamian author.
Nice.
Yeah. And what I'd like for, I don't care where they are in the world, if they're a Bahamian author, I want to feature them. And not everyone will be featured, but we want to get as many Bahamian authors, write an excerpt of your book, a nice write-up of your book. If it's interesting, we'll forward you an email, return the email and send us a digital copy that will be kept solely, will not be shared, so that we can review it. And I say we, because it's going to be myself and two other people. I can't read all these books by myself. And then we will choose who we will feature on the show free of charge. The goal is we need to, as a people, begin to help our own
create a market
and create a market space. It isn't one where you can just say, oh, well, everybody's book got to rise to the top. If you know anything about Amazon, the algorithms matter. The amount of positive reviews matter. You don't let your child who's an infant start walking and you don't hold them. You help them until they're able to walk on their own. Yes, they fall, they hit bumps and bruises, but you are there to support. Every Bahamian author, I believe, needs some support. I don't believe if it's a bad product, you sell it. So I think too, our support system is to help them to get better. So if you write a book and it isn't that great, constructive criticism, not this diabolical foolishness y'all is do on Facebook.
He's mashing people on Facebook.
We ain't Christian at all on Facebook.
No.
Everybody must be on Alias because nobody's going to church on Sunday. No more, but especially with COVID. Not anybody going to church, but we digress. I would hope that we can be supportive. And the goal is not to just read. We want to buy their books on Amazon. We want to buy it. We want to increase their value. So the more we buy, we're helping, of course, the fact that they put time, effort, and money into this book. We want to buy them online once we, whatever it is, we want to buy them and we want to rate them.
Which days this is again?
This will be Mondays and Fridays. So we will do a 15-minute spot every Monday and every Friday in the month of October to showcase a Bahamian author. And the goal is, of course, I want to be able to say that I read the book.
Yeah.
And truly endorse the book.
Because I always read the blurb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how it go.
Yeah.
Right. And it'll be 3. So if you are interested, if you know someone who's an author that you believe that they can have their, that they should be a part of this, they'd be interested, have them please email us, email me. I will get another email for us, but the goal is to hit back at Gmail, but I don't have it yet. So just email me at nahaja@gmail, nahaja@gmail, nahaja@gmail. Calling all Bahamian authors or any Bahamian author you know around the world. We want to support them in the month of October. There are so many Bahamians who are writing books and they're wonderful. We just don't know, and we're not supporting, and we're not reading.
How early in October do you plan to start it?
The first Monday in October.
The first Monday in October.
First Monday in October. So Monday and Friday, and we will get you on the show to talk about your book.
You need to create a flyer.
I will do that. And I wanted to do this, so I didn't forget to say it on air. But we will be creating that. We'll be posting it in different pages on Facebook so that we can get more. We want to get authors on the show. It is time really to support all of our wonderful writers out there. It doesn't matter what type of book it is. Send it out. Make sure you have your blurb about what the story is. And fiction, nonfiction, historical, I don't care what it is. Send it out and let's see what we can get done. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, one such author, and also on the other side of that break, a young Bahamian who's doing big things abroad. You're listening to The Hit Back with Nahaja Black right here on Guardian 96.9 FM.
It's the beginning of the hurricane season, and Fidelity Bank is giving you one less thing to worry about. We're not able to control a storm or its path, but we can prepare for it as much as possible. With every debt consolidation loan, Fidelity is giving away fully loaded hurricane kits valued at $200 with all the hurricane essentials you'll need to weather the unexpected storms of life. It's that easy. Sign up for a debt consolidation loan, open an ASUS savings or fixed deposit, and walk away with a free hurricane kit. At Fidelity, we're committed to helping you through these difficult times. Fidelity, we're good for you.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
And we're back. You're listening to the Hit Back with Nahaja Black. All right, everybody. I apologize for the delay. I had to make sure that we got our guest on the show, and we did, because, of course, I'm a little slow. Didn't do my due diligence before that. All right, special guest on the Hit Back with Nahaja Black, the beautiful, the talented, the author of, and let me make sure I get this, When Life's Tasks Become Life's Lessons by Katisha Cornell. Katisha, welcome to the Hit Back.
Good evening to you and good evening, Bahamas.
Oh, wait, I can't hear you.
Everyone is staying safe. You can hear me now?
I can't hear Katisha. Hold on one second, Katisha. I can't hear you. Make sure you're not muted. Double check your mic for me. Say something.
Hello. You can hear me now?
Oh, we can't hear Katisha. Why can't we hear her? All right, we're going to try this again. All right, Katisha, do me one more solid. You're going to come out and come back in real quick. And let's see if we can get this audio sorted, okay?
Okay.
Leave the conversation and come right back in. Let's see if we can get it sorted. I'm excited to have her. This is a young lady. When Life's Tasks Becomes Life's Lessons. This book is a very interesting book, Cecil.
It seems inspirational.
Yeah. It's actually a very good book because she's really saying that the mundane things that we take for granted in this book, the mundane things that we take for granted, are the things that can teach you so much. And it's a small book, but I thought it was refreshing that you would see it from that angle. Katisha Cornell should be joining us on the show. Let's see if we can add her again and she give us some audio. Katisha says, say hello.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Oh, man. Okay, give us a call. Just call us in studio. We can't hear you, so give us a call in studio, 323-6232. So give us a call. I need to get you on the air, so we'll have to make that work, okay? Arlie? So she can just call. Don't hang up out of the stream. Just call, and we'll be able to see you while you're calling. There you go. Look at that. She's a smart woman. I like her. Man, she reads sign language well.
Impressed.
This is what we call that's why she's an author. 323-6232. That's the number. 323. All right, Katisha.
323.
Yeah, that's you, Katisha?
Yeah, you can hear me now?
Can you? No? Can't hear you? That's not her? What's going on? All right. We'll try and figure it out as it goes. Arlie.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, she's on it.
Hello, how you doing?
Just tuning in. You're listening to the Hit Back with Nahaja.
Yeah, this is Katisha.
It looks like you're talking to the producer. So hopefully this is a real thing that's happening. Katisha, darling, how you doing?
I'm good, and you? How are you?
Look at God, won't we do it? Ain't he God, eh?
All the time.
All right. It is a pleasure to have you on the show, my dear. Tell us a bit about your book.
Okay, well, the book is called Life's Become Life Lessons, as you mentioned.
And basically, the book is about relating everyday tasks to becoming a better you. Taking the simplest things in life that we sometimes overlook and just extracting all of the life lessons from them. And for example, one of my favorite chapters from the book is called Dishes. And once you read the book, you will understand why the chapter is called Dishes. And it's my favorite chapter because it is something that I would have struggled with personally. And I wrote the book because I'm sure that I'm not the only person that struggles with these personal issues. So the book is really making me accountable to become a better person. And I thought, well, what better way to make myself accountable than to put it out there publicly? Because there's so much times in life we count ourselves out, or maybe we think that we can't do certain things, and it's not until that we're pushed that we realize how much that we can do. So the book is really a motivational book.
Oh, but do me a favor first. Mute your microphone on your side, or turn down your phone a bit.
Okay. Is that good?
No, I don't want you to stop your camera. I want you to keep your camera on, but I want you to mute because I'm getting an echo. So what I want
is that good now?
No, we still got that echo. Hold on. Let me see something here. All right, try it again.
Okay. So getting the feedback?
Yeah, slight. Don't worry about it. You don't worry about it. You just keep on going. We got about another 3 minutes here. So what I wanted to ask you about the book now, because of course, and I wanted to make sure I have the cover of it. It's a wonderful small book. Your inspiration on it, and when you talk about, dishes, and we'll be having our next guest on in a few. Your inspiration when you're talking about the dishes aspect of it. How many different life lessons or different tasks did you find yourself getting inspiration from? Because you talked about dishes, but what were the other ones?
The book has 3 main chapters, and then in each chapter there's 2 sub chapters. So basically 6 life lessons. And the first one would be traffic. Second one would be dishes. And then the third one would be cleaning the house. So, yeah.
What was the life lesson for cleaning the house?
Of what I learned from doing those simple things. And I really hope the book is an inspiration to not just Bahamians, but anyone who gets a chance to get a copy of the book from Amazon. It's also on Gumroad. It's also on payhips.com. And then the paper copy should be in by next week. So that is the real purpose for writing the book, because my dream for my Bahamian people is always to use their purpose, to get beyond the 9 to 5, to get beyond just waking up and going to a job. My dream for my Bahamian people is to really dive into what God has sent them here on earth for. And with the book, it would have taken me 2 years. So when you pick up the book, you may say, well, this is a short book. But
no, it's hard.
Idea came to mind 2 years ago. And God was nagging me, asking for his book. And I gave him excuses after excuses after excuses for 2 years, until one day, his voice just got too loud for me to ignore. And I started to write the book in November of last year. I went on pause because I got busy with life, husband, children, work, business, so forth. And then COVID came as a blessing in disguise.
Always.
And it gave me the time that I needed to finish the book. And the book was finished. And with the help of my very talented publisher, we were able to get the book out and deliver it into the hands of friends and family. Some persons have already purchased the book. And I want to thank them publicly for their support and so forth. But that is basically it.
Listen, I am so proud of you, and I think
excited. I want a copy.
No, it's going to be. I think it's a great book. Hold on, let me see if I can get all of us out of.
And that is my beautiful cousin that you see on the cover there. Isn't she beautiful?
Well, I thought it was you all the whole time.
Oh, no, I'm shy. I like to work behind the scenes. Now, I love to help. I'll help you out, but I don't like the spotlight and I don't like the stage. But I will do what I have to do.
Katisha, thank you so much, my friend. I'm so proud of you. We're going to go on Amazon and really get this wonderful book. You are an inspiration. The fact that you did it, and just to say you did it, Katisha, is a wonderful thing, and you should be extremely, extremely, extremely proud of yourself. I am going to be purchasing your book today. Is a show of not just a support, but starting to read it. And if you want to, you can go on Amazon and
I want to share it on my page. At least let people know about it. So
listen, so Katisha, you've got our support. The name of the book is When Life's Lessons. Katisha, tell us the name again one more time.
When life's tasks become life lessons.
Excellent. When life's tasks becomes life's lessons. Katisha, everyone, the one and only Katisha Cornell. Cornell. Sorry. My God, that's shameful, eh? And I've been saying that was so strong.
No,
strong
when
and
I
wrong.
first met my husband, I told him his name is not phonetically correct because I'm a teacher now. I said, that's not phonetically correct. I'm supposed to be Cornel, but it's pronounced Cornell.
Lord of mercy, you're a teacher too. Okay, listen.
Yes.
We are very proud of you. We're going to share it on our page, and much support to you, my sister. Congratulations.
Thank you.
On a wonderful work, and we're very, very,
Is this your first book?
Yeah, is this your first book?
Yeah, this is my first book. I'm already in progress of the second one already. The second book will be part 2 to this.
Well, listen.
And then I'm in my process of my third book.
Wow.
My third book is called He's Not For You, Sis. And it's basically story of all my past. So, and helping young women
She should write it
overcome
for
their
Cardi
past.
B. You should write that book for Cardi B, boo. We got you. Thank you so much, Katisha. We appreciate you. Cheers to you and your family. You should be very proud. Thank you so much for being on the show. And again, we will share it on our Facebook pages, Cecil and I. And we hope, of course, with the link to the Amazon link, and you can find it on Amazon right now. Everyone, please go out and support. Thank you so much, Katisha. Have a great day.
Great day, Bahamas. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right. You're listening to The Hit Back. Now, we've got another special guest, Cecil.
Okay, who?
We've got another special guest. I like talking to wonderful Bahamians who are abroad.
Abroad? So
yes.
Foreign?
No, Bahamians who are abroad.
Okay.
They ain't foreign, but they're abroad.
Okay.
So you say foreign, they're in foreign?
They're in foreign.
They're in foreign.
They're in foreign.
Okay, but
Are
they
they in
ain't
Canada?
foreign.
Because you like Canada a lot.
I do like Canada.
Yeah.
But this one is where they smoke weed a lot.
Andres?
No,
not Andres.
Not Andres.
That's the guy from California, isn't he?
No, this is Morgan. Morgan, how are you, my friend? Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on.
Again. His mic is
There we go.
Try it again,
Can you hear me
Morgan.
now?
Why are we hearing people today? What's
Can you hear
going
me
on?
now? I unmuted.
This is.
Remember, we did turn down that mic. I mean,
Well,
but I shouldn't hear it from there. Eh?
You could hear from. You should hear them. Hold on, Morg.
Okay.
Say something.
Say something.
Oh, for God's sake. Who's doing this to Morgan?
Say something.
Hold on.
Oh,
All right.
giving
1
up
second. Producer, give
Hello,
me
hello.
a nice commercial break. But it ain't a real commercial break. We want something that ain't real so we can get Morgan sorted. Thank you. We're going to take 1 quick second. You call this a technical break. We're going to call it a technical break. We'll be back right after this.
Cool. Check.
Morgan, you can hear me, yeah?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
But you can't hear the radio. Okay.
But we can prepare for it as much as possible. With every debt consolidation loan,
test.
Fidelity is giving away fully
Test.
loaded hurricane kits valued at $200 with all the hurricane essentials you'll need to weather the unexpected storms of life. It's that easy. Sign up for a debt consolidation loan, open an ASU savings or fixed deposit, and walk away with a free hurricane kit. At Fidelity, we're committed to helping you through these difficult times. Fidelity, we're good for you.
The Nassau Guardian has delivered news and views that matter since 1844. Now, the Nassau Guardian app is available at your fingertips. Download it at...
Audience members, can you hear Morgan?
Hello.
Can you hear Morgan?
Check.
That's good.
Check 1, 2. Can you hear me? Can you hear me at all? Hello.
Guess what I did in school today? Hold on,
Check,
sweetie.
1, 2. Can you hear me?
But mommy, my teacher said that you're not supposed to text and drive. I know what I'm doing.
Hello.
Oh, look, mommy, the Smith twins. Mommy, watch out! In 2017, approximately 54 people died as a result of traffic accidents. A percentage of these fatalities occurred as a result of texting while driving. Just taking your eyes off the road for 5 seconds can increase your chance of crashing. Remember, even the smallest voice counts. Texting.
Hello.
Brought to you by UB Radio and Guardian Radio 96.9.
Proper hand washing is extremely important as we continue to fight the spread of COVID-19. We touch many surfaces throughout the day. It is important to be mindful of where we place our hands, as we may be touching contaminated surfaces and making ourselves sick. This is why you are encouraged to not touch your face. You must wash your hands often throughout the day to prevent infecting yourself or someone else. Always wash your hands before eating and after using the restroom. Wash your hands before and after you care for a sick person. Remember to wash for 20 seconds each time with soap and water, scrubbing your hands together and covering all surfaces of the hand. This simple step can save your life. Let us protect ourselves and each other.
Can you hear me now?
This message brought to you by Bahamas Ministry of Health in conjunction with Guardian Radio.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Send me your number.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now at all in my phone? Test. Can you hear me now?
And we're back. You're listening to the Hit Back with Nahaja Black. I've got on the air with us a young professor, associate professor, brilliant young man. I remember, oh God, this is how you know I'm getting old, Cecil. I remember when Morgan was just a young whippersnapper in youth ministry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was just a young fella. You knew he was going to be something special.
Which church this was?
This was BFF.
Oh, real church.
Oh yeah, real church, real church. Morgan, I got that right? Before I tell people the story.
Yeah, you got that right.
Wait, are you on the phone?
Yeah, I have it feeding through to my mic.
Everybody can hear them, but hear Morgan, but me. What's going on? Are you sure he's on? Did you bring him on the line?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. There you are.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Cool,
We're
cool.
still getting that crazy feedback. All right, so we'll try our best not to get the crazy feedback. But it's a pleasure to have you, my boy. It's so good to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Listen, first of all, the reason why I'm so proud of you, and I'm working on this series, so I've been trying to do this series called Bahamians Abroad.
Yes.
So we can showcase Bahamians doing wonderful things across the world, so we can see that we are larger than life. Morgan, please tell everyone why. Well, no, I won't say it like that because you're not that self-aggrandizing. He won't say it.
No.
This wonderful young man has found himself an associate professor in Denver at the university. And Morgan, let me pull up all of my data on you. But please, what university are you teaching at right now?
I'm currently teaching at Regis University.
And some well-known Bahamians have graduated from Regis.
Regis?
Yeah.
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 Really?
Oh yeah. I think it was a Kendall former speaker.
Oh yeah, that's big.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
Not a whole you.
Kendall Major.
Oh yeah, big time. Don't watch nothing.
That's a big time name.
That's a real name.
Yeah, it's a real name.
That's a real name.
That's clout.
All right then. So and he's the associate professor.
Yeah.
They're teaching what, Morgan? What is that topic again?
So I'm teaching software engineering on a master's level.
See, you see what I'm saying?
Is software being like computers?
Yes. He's like a really
Computer
smart
science.
guy. That's what I'm saying. He's in his technical skills, web technologies, these things I don't know anything about.
Nice.
Angular, what the heck is that? HTML, CSS, JavaScript, those things I know.
I know HTML.
Right,
I know JavaScript.
What is Angular?
No,
don't know that one. Languages, not French, English.
No.
Nope, not Creole. PHP, JavaScript, TypeScript, MySQL, HTML tools.
At a master's degree level.
That's what he's teaching these people. This boy, brilliant. And plus,
Thank you.
Yeah, well, we could run out now.
Yeah.
And he's
I'm proud, and I don't even know him.
I don't know him. Web application developer at Charters Communications in Denver, Colorado. And you know what makes it so wonderful, Morgan? Please tell folks how old you are, if you don't mind.
I'm 28.
Thank you.
He's young.
This is a baby.
Yeah.
Doing so well. I'm so proud of him. All right. So tell us now, what made you decide to stay in the United States?
Well, I knew that I wanted to continue to gain life experience and work experience. So I continued to pursue a number of different opportunities. I had a number of jobs before I really got to the position I have right now. And right now I'm currently doing software engineering at Charter, and I've had about 4.5 years of a tenure there. And I do the teaching in the evenings on the side.
And so what is it like?
But,
Go ahead. Sorry. Continue.
Yeah.
Continue. No. Continue.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just, honestly, I chalk it up to a God thing. How I came to Colorado, how I got the connections and the network, and how I ended up where I am.
Yeah. And did you foresee it? Did you know you were going to stay abroad? Was that a part of your plan?
Honestly, I was unsure. When I graduated from my undergrad, I barely had any money, and I didn't know what I was going to do because I applied for my OPT, and I didn't have a job lined up. So one of the guys in my undergrad basically told me, like, hey, come stay with my family, get your feet settled, and stay with them for about 4 to 5 months. And I kid you not, like at the 4th month, I landed a job, a place to stay, was making a decent paycheck within the next 2 weeks after that.
Wow.
And then it was just an upward trajectory since then.
Yeah, but I think that's what we call it, eh? A God thing, right? When you see you didn't have a plan. Yeah. Listen, so now in terms of being a professor, knowing you, this one shocked me. I didn't see it coming, eh? The professor bit, because I remember when we were younger, you were just this brilliant but kind of introverted young man, and now you're
a little bit sometimes.
Now you're an associate professor. Like, how did we end up here, and what is it like being, working within this sort of this business, this career?
So one of the life lessons I learned along the way is get after it, right? If there's something that you want, you have to kind of get out of yourself and grow in that area. Whatever the thing that is your weakness or the thing that you're weak in, just continue to pound on that thing, continue to develop on that thing until you get to the place where you want to be, where you're using it in a bigger capacity. Mm-hmm. That's reflective of some of the Pastor Miles stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
The other thing about teaching too was that I went through the master's program, and this thing was kind of just offered to me. As soon as I graduated from the program, I walked across the stage. Later that afternoon, my professor walked up to me and he says, like, hey, you did so well in this course because I graduated with a 4.0, and come back and teach. Like, we need the latest and greatest. We need young minds. We need people that are in the industry using the technology today.
Let me ask you, if you're just tuning in, Morgan Worrell, Bahamian young man, doing well abroad in Denver. You're studying in the technical field in this, world of information technology. And
right.
One of the things that we are as a nation, as a country, and of course, is that we are nowhere near as proficient as we should be. Are you ever going to consider bringing your talents back to, wait, hold on. I need to find a beach. It ain't South Beach. I need to say, which beach? Give me a beach. Cable Beach. There you go. You ever think about bringing? Yeah. We needed to say a beach because you can't say South Beach. Next. Yeah. You ever thinking about bringing your talents back home?
There's some considerations. There are a lot more things that I want to do first. As far as like establishing new businesses, like currently I'm in the process of establishing a business so that I can try to traffic some funds in that direction. I just need to finalize the plan, get more experience under my belt. I want to fail a few times.
Oh, I like
so that I
that.
can gain experience. I don't want to just like come home and then I spend all my capital, I spend all my resources, I spend all this energy, and then I'm fed up and disappointed.
That's right. Listen, but my brother, you better don't come here without a real plan, yeah, because this is the jungle. You better come home loaded. Don't come home broke.
Survive in New York. Survive in Nassau.
If
you can survive Nassau, you can survive anywhere.
If you survive Nassau, my boy, you can live in the Sahara. You're good. So I mean, it's just so good to see you and to really embrace the growth at 28, to see where God has taken you, to know that there is so much more. My good friend CA has a question before we go.
Yeah, which field in technology would you recommend Bahamian students to pursue? Like the leading one. I want to know about that.
Computer science.
Just in general, computer science?
Like I went with a broader subject because my computer science track involved videography and autography, as well as web development, web applications, learning how to build stuff on the desktop, basically coming up with whatever I wanted. It's the mentality, because if you can pick up a new skill, learning the concepts of computer science, you can pick up any new language you want. You can enter any sphere of the IT world, and you will never run out of a job, because we will always have computers and technology.
Wow.
Someone should have told me that.
Yeah, they didn't have computers when you were in school.
No, that's true.
Yeah, so I mean, they wouldn't have told you that at all.
It's a while now.
Yeah, no, Morgan went to school in a real era.
Oh, a real era.
Yeah, so he would know what technology would we have. So Morgan, thank you so much. Listen, we're going to be following you because of course I love to see Bahamians succeed, especially, it's sad when I have to say this, but especially when you're succeeding in another man's land. And I think sadly, it gives hope to everybody who won't leave, Cecil.
Yes.
It does.
Yes. I can go Denver instead of Canada now.
And plus you can get high.
Yes.
Right. Denver's not, but Morgan's not doing that. He's a good bloke. He's not good bloke.
But that's a trend.
But it's so legal though.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I would have tried just to say it.
Morgan, my brother, thank you so much. Someone says, people are sending their regards. And of course, we are very proud of you again. I apologize for all of the technical issues. We were supposed to do this much longer, but this will be the last time. Okay. Yeah. Listen, send a shout out to who you need to send a shout out to, because they're going to tell me wrap it up. Who you want to say hi to?
I'm going to say hey to my mom and my dad and my little brother Miles. He's been getting back to me about showing interest in computer science.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm excited to see his trajectory and see where he goes.
So proud of you, my friend. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. It's good to see you guys.
Good to see you, man. Take care. Be safe. You're listening to the Hit Bag with Nahaja Black. Everybody have a great weekend. My good friend C.A. Nuri, to my special producer, the one and only Arlie, who made the show happen. Thank you, everyone who's been watching and listening online. We appreciate you. We will see you next week, same time, same place, right here on Guardian 96.9 FM.